Okay guys, so today we're going to be talking about this meme coin which is called dogs. Now a couple of years ago, Telegram wanted to have their own native token. So they decided that they're going to create a token which is called Gram. However, unfortunately for them, the SEC said that Gram was a security, and they fined them with a $18 million fine. I tell you guys, the beast is just unforgiving. The Telegram had to repay back their investors over $1 billion. And so that was a major setback. But fast forward until I think it was July or August of 2024, just last year, they launched this new meme coin, which is called Dogs. And I believe that the idea was to replace Gram with this coin. And I believe that at the time that they wanted to launch Gram, it wasn't the right time to launch that project. You see, it wasn't the right time in general for launching cryptocurrencies. I believe that now is a much better time, and I'm pretty sure that many of you guys out there as well would agree with me. So they launched Dogs in July of last year, 2024. And the idea, the original inspiration behind Dogs was their Telegram mascot, which is called Spotty. So the founder of Telegram, whose name is Pavel, I think he's Russian. That sounds pretty much like your Russian name to me. Pavel created Dogs from the Telegram mascot, which is called Spotty. And he drew it drew the idea or the creation of the dog's symbol logo from Spotty. Now, there are several reasons why I happen to like this project, some of which I'll share with you in a minute. But I found out that Telegram this whole time has had their own blockchain. It is a layer 1 blockchain, which is, they call it the open network. In short, it's TON, or the TON network. It's literally, the abbreviation is TON, which stands for the open network. I wasn't aware of that. So Telegram's actually doing big things, guys. So they have their own blockchain, which is called TON, and they have the TON coin, right? But what I find to be very interesting as well is that just recently, they have a TON wallet, and they've integrated this wallet into Telegram, guys. And as a result, they've caught the eyes of a lot of big investors, and it had caused the price of TON coin to increase exponentially since its inception. And so the price has just continuously going upwards since they have done this. Now, this is not a simple thing, guys. This is actually very big. This is huge. Considering the fact that Telegram has more than 1 billion users at any given time, if there's any kind of news or any kind of upgrades or anything of the sort, it can send not only TON coin, which is currently around $3, but also this Dogs meme coin, which has replaced the original Gram coin. It can send either or both of these coins flying, guys. Any type of news or good news, even a single message or a tweet, could send this Dogs token flying literally over the moon. Because in my opinion, and I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just sharing my opinion here, I personally wasn't shown anything prophetically concerning this Dogs token. But I have my own personal reasons why I happen to like this project and what they're doing. Now, also, it is important for you guys to know that Dogs is only partially owned by Pavel. You see, it is also a community-driven coin. So it is controlled and owned mainly by the community. Pavel is only a partial owner. And I always like that idea, because no single person owns a large majority of the coin. So that automatically just removes the possibility of any one person manipulating the price. You see, so we won't have to worry about any future manipulation going on, especially when it starts to pump. Because usually it's the whales that causes the manipulation. You know, they just get up and dump like a large majority of the coin, causing the price to dip severely, you know, causing volatility, and then they buy back at the bottom. It's a less chance for us to, you know, experience that with this token as a result of the fair distribution of the coin. I think near the inception, when they're doing airdrops, I think they had sent around 73% to millions of different wallets of people who own these dog tokens. So it was fairly distributed, guys. So no one person owns, I don't think, a large majority of this coin, which is actually a very good thing. Now, Dog's token only has like 550 billion in its total supply, I think. And considering that it's a meme coin, that's incredibly low. That's very, very low, guys. That again is a very good thing, because we all know that, you know, scarcity creates value. And like I said before, considering that this token is linked to Telegram, which has over 1 billion users, guys, this very limited meme coin, it has only 550 billion in its total supply, and it's connected I hope you guys are doing the math. It's connected to this large network, this large group of people, over 1 billion users. If at any time the founder of Telegram comes up and say, you know what, we're going to start using dogs to exchange for whatever purposes on Telegram via the Ton network and the Ton wallet, which I'm pretty sure that's where they're heading. I'm pretty sure that's where they're heading, because from the fact that they've integrated the Ton wallet into Telegram, it is pretty clear. It doesn't take much for you to see where they're going. So that's why that's one of the reasons also why I like this project. Now, we see that Dogs has crashed like 90% since its inception, and which again, in my opinion, is actually a very good time to start DCAing, to start dollar cost averaging into this coin. And I'm not a financial advisor, I just have to reiterate that. But personally, I believe, because of yet another reason why this coin will do excellent, is because it's on KuCoin, it's on Mexi Global, it's on Gate, it's on Bitmart, it's on Binance, guys. And why do you think that is? Because the founder is well connected, you see. But most importantly, it's also on Kraken. Now that impressed me. I didn't know that at all. Now, guys, this is not a simple thing. Considering all of what I've just told you, put all of that into consideration. And this coin is currently on all of these major exchanges. With that limited amount, 550 billion in its total supply. Who is behind it, what it represents, and the original idea behind it, which was to gift the Telegram users to be used in the Telegram ecosystem. And they don't currently have any other coins except for the Ton coin, which is connected to the blockchain basically, and their Ton wallet. Aside from that, they only have Dogs, which was originally intended for the users to use, among themselves, and to be, given as rewards. Putting all of that into consideration, what do you think that this coin's going to do when the meme coin season comes around? When Bitcoin crashes and meme coin season comes around, what do you think this coin's going to do? This coin's currently at 3013. It's coming down from 2 zeros. And it's crashed significantly down to 93%. Guys, in my opinion, this coin is going to explode into multi-dollars. Multi-dollars, guys. Especially if suddenly we hear that it's suddenly going to be adopted to be used in Telegram, which, like I said, I sincerely believe that that's where it's heading. And that alone tells you everything. I don't have to tell you much. That alone gives you like a basic idea of how explosive this coin is going to be. Not only because of Telegram, but also because currently it has access to all this liquidity through these major exchanges, like Kraken and Binance and KuCoin. It has access to a lot of liquidity, guys, which I've mentioned before. As a result, when it begins to move, because it has access to so many people from around the globe, to so much money, to so much liquidity, its move is going to be very explosive. And just one tweet concerning anything having to do with Telegram, a Telegram integration, or the members of Telegram using it, or even considering to use it as some kind of means of exchange, oh my goodness, it could explode to $1 very, very quickly. You see, it will have speed. It won't move slow. This coin, it won't move slow. And then there's also another thing, again, I'm going to add to it. This is the last one I'm going to add. Yah had given me this revelation where he told me that the dog coins are not afraid of the crash. Now, this is what Yah did not say. It didn't say that they won't crash, because as I've mentioned before, Shiba Inu is going to crash, even down to zero before it spikes to $1. So they may crash. Even this same dogs token, there's also room for it to crash even further than where it's currently at the 3013 area. I think it could crash even lower than that. It could crash 100%, going down to even 4 zeros or even 5 possibly in the Bitcoin crash. But this is what Yah told me. He said that the dog coins, or this is my interpretation rather, from what he showed me in the dream. I interpreted it as the dog coins will not be afraid of the crash. So even if they crash, I don't think we should sell them. We should hold on to them because they're going to do excellent in reaction to Bitcoin whenever it tumbles. And I believe it has to do with all of the dog coins, including this Memecoin, which is literally called dogs. Yes, guys, I had a dream about it. And the interpretation wasn't that difficult. The interpretation was all of the dog coins are not afraid of the crash that is coming with Bitcoin. So you guys want to look into this coin if you're interested, if you're a fan, especially if you're a member of Telegram. For all of the ones who had previously known about Spotty or the mascot, probably you already have it. I would recommend you continue to hold it, especially if you already have it. Just continue to hold it. But because of all of these factors that I've just explained, that I've just shared with you guys, I see this coin doing very well whenever Bitcoin crashes and meme coin season comes around. I believe it's going to do excellent. So guys, that is my 2 cents concerning this coin, which is called DOS. I actually love this project. I believe that it's going to do excellent. And it has, all the ingredients which is necessary for, a coin to do very well in the future. That being Telegram, of course, and its very large user base. So guys, please take care. Shalom. Until next time.